Welcome to UCentral Sports. I'm Ray Robinson, and this is your Monday Sports Update. The season for the UCO football team has been full of ups and downs. The Broncos were given an opportunity to end their at-home record on a high note. UCentral's Mark Lowe was there with the game. Here's more info.
The last home game of the season for the Broncos was also Military Appreciation Day and Senior Day at the Chad Richardson Stadium, and it didn't disappoint for the home crowd. The Washburn Ichabods got the early lead over the Broncos in 11 plays for 75 yards and topped it off with a little brotherly shove for 6 and an extra point to put the Ichabods up 7 early on in the game. The Broncos swapped out quarterbacks a few times throughout the game between senior Stephon Brown and junior Dawson Hurl, who held the reins for most of the game. The Broncos drove the ball down the field for a field goal at the end of first to make it 7-3. Not getting a touchdown on that drive sparked something in the Bronco offense. On their first offensive possession in the second quarter, Hurl threw a quick pass to Jalen Cottrell, who went the distance on an 85-yard screen to the house. Later on in the second, the Broncos special teams wanted some action and pushed past the line on a punt, where Connor Johnson managed to get a hand on the punt and set up the Broncos with great field position in the red zone, which they capitalized on, with Terrell Davis getting some love as well. At the half, the Broncos led 20-7. And they weren't even close to done. The third quarter was by far the slowest quarter of the game, with the only score belonging to senior QB Stephon Brown on a 3-yard run after a 64-yard drive. Kobe Stevens got the defense fired up as well after a big interception on a batted ball, which gave the Broncos the ball back with a big lead already intact. In the fourth, Hurl put some heat on a ball to the end zone and found Dominique Dunn for an 8-yard touchdown pass. Jonathan Mosley also got things going for the defense on a big-time interception and returned it for 50 yards, but was pushed out of bounds deep within Washburn territory. Later on, Stephon Brown took one more bow for the home crowd on a 5-yard scramble for his second TD of the day, putting the cherry on top for the Broncos in a dominant win on the last home game of the season. The Broncos aren't done yet, though. Their last game of the season is this weekend when they head to Pittsburgh, Kansas to take on the second-rate Pitt State Gorillas. For UCentral Sports, I'm Mark Lowe.
And they are also ranked number 8. But thank you, Mark. Thanks for that brief overview. UCO volleyball team has been one of the premier sports team on campus this year. They have some of the best athletes in the MIAA, and by looking at their recent game against Emporia, I don't think there could be an even clearer exclamation point. They sweep Emporia State in 3 games, dropping 25 points in each of those 3 series. They made sure to bring change to the game with that one, 75 cents. This game saw the Broncos with 2 players in double digits with kills. And here's the even more impressive feat. Both of those players are sophomores. So there's definitely more where that came from. Sydney Huck finished the game with 10 kills, 2 aces, and 1 block. Lori Milgiano with 10 kills, 1 ace, and 5 blocks. Their final season games will be at home with their first of 2 games will be against Missouri Western this Friday at 6 p.m. Their next game will be on Saturday at 3 p.m. as they take on Northwest Missouri. The UCO men's basketball team were in action over the weekend at the Small College Basketball Hall of Fame Classic in Florida. UCO continues to show that they are a force to be reckoned with in Division II basketball. First game of the Broncos in this classic was quite a success. They showed that they are not one to mess around, obliterating them in a 97-58 win against Mercyhurst. The fun didn't stop there. The next day, they pulled off a similar but still convincing win against Cedarville. This Friday, they'll be in Tahlequah, Oklahoma for the Central Region Challenge against Mary University at 3 p.m. And the new NBA season tournament is in full swing. Now, although we're just getting started with the tournament, one thing I can say for sure is it does give a new feeling in the beginning stages of this new season. One of the reasons behind this feeling might be the Oklahoma City Thunder. On the opening night of this tournament, it was a nail-biting thriller against Stephen Curry and the Warriors. And speaking of Curry, his last-minute layup is what took the game. A little controversy to end the game, but a win is a win. The Thunder get ready to take on the Atlanta Hawks later on today. And speaking of that, Trae Young just had a city named after him. Trae Young just had a street named after him. So, there should be, there's a little good luck for Trae Young there. But Mark, Emma, how do you guys think the Thunder are going to fare against the Hawks?
I think the Thunder are going to do pretty good. They're on a redemption arc right now after losing 2 games, so hopefully they get something going tonight.
That little revenge streak coming along, I hope.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thank you, Ray.